Bush flying is a big topic, covering many diverse areas of aerial activity. So for this video, I'm going to concentrate on fixed-wing flying only. Bush flying refers to aviation that takes place away from conventional airfields and airports. It is the flying that occurs in untamed natural environments, and consequently the aircraft involved will have modifications to suit a particular area. They may be equipped with floats for water landings, skis for landing on snow, or very large tyres for landing on rough terrain. Bush pilots have a particular set of skills that can only be gained through steady experience over several years of practice. Landing a float plane requires knowledge of the effect of currents and manoeuvring to dock the aircraft like a boat. Flying over wilderness areas in a single-engine aircraft leaves no room for errors of judgment. Any mechanical mishaps can result in long delays for rescue while you wait in areas where wildlife may be too curious for comfort. Adverse weather can close in rapidly in mountainous areas, forcing the pilot to make quick decisions about diversions. So bush pilots tend to be very experienced aviators with knowledge that covers a variety of subjects. Apart from a thorough understanding of the aircraft and its limitations, bush pilots will also know about the weather in their particular area and probably some wilderness survival skills too. The absence of any prepared runways, or at least very short and difficult to find airstrips, means that the aircraft used in bush flying need to be of the STOL type, i.e. short takeoff and landing. They are often high-wing aircraft for several reasons: to enable better downward visibility for the pilot, and to lessen the impact of any vegetation or other obstacles during takeoff and landing. High-wing aircraft are also easier to load and unload. Bush flying aircraft are often tail draggers too, as these lessen the risk of prop strikes on ground obstacles. But there are plenty of exceptions. The Zenith STOL CH-750 is one notable example. Ask anyone about bush flying and the aircraft that spring to mind are probably single-engine types like the de Havilland Beaver. In fact, there are dozens of aircraft designs that could be considered bush planes due to their STOL capabilities. But de Havilland aircraft deserve a special mention since their family includes the Drover, Otter, Caribou and Twin Otter, as well as the Beaver. Single-engine bush aircraft include many other popular types, including some very recent designs. The Aviat Husky, designed and first built in the 1980s. Also dating back to the 1980s, the Denny Kit Fox. This has proved very popular among bush pilots. Then there is the Cubcrafters CC-19-180 X-Cub. Or perhaps you would prefer one of the originals, the Piper J3 Cub. The J3 Cub is surprisingly affordable when compared to the price tag of modern bush aircraft. For some, bush flying is a form of recreation, a way of exploring remote wilderness areas untouched by human interference. For others, bush flying is a necessity. For those living in the Australian outback, northwest Canada, Alaska, remote jungle areas and so on, the bush pilot delivers essential supplies and medicines. If you aspire to become a bush pilot, then you can start by practicing your short takeoff and landing skills. Get precision landing down to a fine art until you are confident you can land your aircraft exactly where you intend. Next, look up some of the specialist training schools. Obviously, you'll have to travel to those areas where bush flying is a way of life. These might be Canada or Alaska, but it could also be South Africa or several other countries in Africa. These schools will teach you the essential skills: STOL, hot and high operation, density altitudes, low level and slow flying, stalls, and emergency procedures. Even if you don't do much bush flying after such courses, you will become a much more skilled and confident pilot.